All right, today we're talking about a single decision that can literally make or break a modern building. It's a choice that quietly controls the flow, the safety, and even the financial value of a property. Yep, we're talking about the precise strategic placement of the elevator. Seriously, think about that for a second. With all the thousands of decisions that go into architecture and construction, what if the entire long-term success of your project really came down to one single choice you make right at the beginning? Well, you know what? In a lot of ways it does. And that decision is all about where you put the building's vertical transportation system.
Okay, so let's get real about the stakes here, because they are incredibly high. If you get the placement right, you've basically created the beating heart of a healthy building. You get seamless traffic flow, happy tenants, and you even boost the property's value. But get it wrong? Oh boy, you've just designed a sick building. It's going to be plagued with bottlenecks, major compliance risks that'll give owners nightmares, and so much wasted space that it costs a fortune over the building's lifetime.
So, where on earth do you even begin? Well, before you draw a single creative line on a blueprint, you have to play by the rules. This first part is all about understanding the non-negotiable foundation of any elevator design.
This is the rule book. It's the framework every architect has to live in. Before you can get creative, you've got to master these fundamentals: local building codes, the exact dimensions for the hoistway, and of course, all the critical safety regulations for fire and accessibility. And look, this isn't just about ticking boxes for compliance. It's about building a fundamentally safe and solid structure from the ground up.
And a huge piece of that global rulebook is the EN 81 standard. You can think of it as the universal safety language for elevators. It's this comprehensive set of rules that's been adopted pretty much everywhere, and it governs everything you can imagine, from the nitty-gritty construction of the hoistway, that's EN 8120, to the fire resistance of the doors, which is EN 8158. It just ensures a baseline of quality and safety no matter where in the world you're building.
Okay, so once you know the rules of the game, it's time to actually play. And this part isn't about guesswork, not at all. It's a strategic 5-step playbook for getting that elevator placement absolutely perfect.
So here's the process. And what's really important is that it's iterative. It's a loop. First, you analyze traffic flow. Then, you select the right tech for the job, maybe a space-saving machine roomless or MRL system. Step 3, that's the big one, placement. After that, you get into the detailed plans, and finally, you coordinate with everyone. We're talking the structural engineer, the MEP, that's mechanical, electrical, and plumbing engineer, and absolutely the elevator specialists. You know, bringing in experts like the teams at Novenpuya super early can be a total game changer. And let's dive just a little deeper into that critical third step, because placement is this incredible balancing act. The elevator has to be central and easy to find. Structurally, it's got to weave perfectly between columns and beams. Mechanically, it needs power and ventilation, but it can't clash with the plumbing. And in residential buildings, acoustics are everything. I mean, you can't have a noisy elevator shaft right next to someone's bedroom. And on top of all that, it has to line up perfectly with all the fire safety and emergency plans. It's a lot to juggle. So, how in the world do you manage all that complexity? Well, you use the modern architect's arsenal. Today's digital tools have completely revolutionized this whole process, giving us a level of precision that architects a generation ago could only dream of.
I mean, just look at the difference. The old-school way was 2D CAD, just flat drawings where you had to manually hunt for every little clash between systems. The new school? That's BIM, or Building Information Modeling. Software like Revit creates this dynamic, data-rich 3D model of the entire building. All the information is integrated, and here's the magic. It automatically detects clashes. It'll find a problem between the elevator shaft and a plumbing line before a single brick is ever laid.
And this level of precision is exactly why manufacturers have jumped on the BIM bandwagon. Expert suppliers, like Novenpuya for instance, now provide their own incredibly detailed BIM models. That means an architect can literally just drop a perfect digital twin of an elevator system right into their master plan. It ensures a seamless fit from day one.
So, this brings us to the final, big takeaway. When you combine the right rules, the right process, and the right tools, elevator placement stops being just another line item on a budget. It becomes what it always should have been, a strategic investment in the building's long-term value and its ultimate success.
So, if you're going to remember anything from this, remember these 4 things. 1. Elevator placement is a massive strategic decision. 2. To succeed, you have to master both the strict regulations and the flexible design process. 3. Modern tools like BIM are absolutely non-negotiable for getting it right. And finally, 4. None of this works without early and constant collaboration with every single person involved.
When it all comes down to it,
It really distills to this: one single foundational decision, made with foresight, made with the right team and the right tools. It defines the daily experience of everyone in that building for decades. In architecture, getting that one thing right is everything.
And that really leaves us with one final thought. The next time you're looking at a project, at that blank canvas just full of potential, remember, you're not just placing a machine. You are deciding on the location of the building's heart. So the only question left is, where are you going to put it?